Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the
What's
show.
up? What's going on,
I'm your
everybody?
host. All right, I'm your host, the Big Easy.
What's good? I'm Birthmark. What's cracking?
Oh wait, I think I found something new, son. Wait.
What's that?
Oh,
What was it?
not working. Okay, never mind.
Oh, wait, what the fuck that sound? Oh, word. Let me find out. What's good, everybody? Toya, what up, Toya? She
I'm
hit it
trying to get
up.
my clapping. So yeah.
Welcome, Toya.
So
What's
what
going
was this?
on?
Oh,
She came in to hear all the bullshit we was talking before the show.
I'm trying to get my clapping. So yeah. So what was this?
Exactly.
So I'm trying to get my clapping. So yeah. So
We gonna talk
what was
about.
this?
Let's talk about sex, baby. I'm
Sex
about
in
to
the
put the
building.
theme music on real quick. Where the
Oh
fuck
yeah.
is this thing at? Let me see. How do we make this shit work?
Oh, they couldn't respond because we wasn't live yet. That's right.
Oh yeah,
Now
yeah,
we're gonna
that's
talk
right,
about
that's right.
sex.
Oh fuck.
So this
All right, forget it.
is a sex issue. This
Yep, and I'm up for the bullshit today. Okay. Well, last
wait,
week I
hold on,
couldn't
wait,
drink
don't
because
play no
I got my
outside
tooth
music because
pulled.
you
But
know now you got
today,
posted.
nigga, I got
Now you
my
get posted to
jerky
YouTube for copyright
drink.
infringements. You start playing outside music.
Straight for the sex combo. The drinky
See,
drink.
yeah. See, yeah. That's why I
You
was trying to
already
get the
know.
meat. Yo,
You already know.
he's an old fuck. I'm
Yo,
done.
my week was okay.
Oh man,
I hate
son,
my
it's
job
crazy though.
because it's
But
boring as
yeah,
fuck.
that's why I was trying to get the meat.
There's a
Yo,
lot to learn, but I learned
he's an
most
old
of
fuck.
it. It's boring.
I'm done. Oh man,
My
son, that's crazy
One of
though.
my
But
bosses I don't
yeah,
like because she's stupid. I mean, she's very
no
intelligent,
shit.
but she one of those where,
I bet
yeah, I mean, she's smart. She like book smart. She's very intelligent, but personality smart. She's stupid.
was
She one of those
ready.
that gotta have
You
control.
was ready for the sex
And
combo.
this is a lot to talk about. We'll talk about that on another topic too. But that's gonna be a topic too. Why do
What up?
women of color, and I'm gonna say women, Toya. I know you're gonna get mad because I'm generalizing. Why do women of color that get high positions sometimes gotta act like
Oh,
bitches?
shit is boring,
We're gonna
man.
talk about that on another show. Yeah, I said it just like that because that's how I feel. But that's another story. Yeah,
He said
bitches.
she's
Yep,
stupid.
bitches. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Yep, bitches. Exactly. So we'll talk about that another time. But that's I had to get that off my chest. Had to get that off my chest a little bit. Get that off my chest.
Oh, oh shit.
Tonight's topic is gonna be a nice touchy, not touchy, but it's gonna be nice. And I hope
Oh
that whoever's
shit.
on is gonna interact, and if they want to call in, or just even type. But today's
Damn.
topic is about sex, the SEX. As adults, I'm in my 40s. John
Damn.
is in his 40s.
He
Whoever
said,
else
he
may
said
be
the
in
bit.
their 40s,
He
but
said
as
the
an adult,
bitches.
do you
Damn.
when you get into a next relationship, dating, do
Yo.
you tell the other person how many bodies you had, how much sexual
Oh,
experience
my
you had,
chest heavy.
or do you keep that shit quiet?
Yo,
And
so
two,
all right, we gotta,
do you
let's get
demand
people joining
sex
in right now.
when
So,
you start off a relationship,
what's up with
or do
what's
you
tonight's
wait,
topic, man?
or if you wait and why you waiting, how long you waiting, shit like that. That's what's gonna be. We gonna talk about that today. What up, Kiki? How you doing? Chilling, I hope.
Yes,
Who else is in the room? We got Toya, we got me, we got John, we got Kiki. There's one more person in there. Who in there? Who else in this room today? Say what's up. That's because they trash. I told you, iPhones is trash. I told you that shit in the first episode. Y'all gotta let that go already. Let that iPhone shit go. Somebody says, hey. Who the fuck is hey?
I'm with it. Kiki.
Who hey? Hey. Who the hell's hey? Hey. Hey,
Kiki,
Dre.
do you love me?
So yeah, let's start off the topic, John.
I know.
Let's get it going. We've been wasting a little bit of time, but let's start.
Yeah,
So
because
you're not in a relate. First of all, are you in a relationship now, John? Are you in a situationship?
so can we?
Okay, so you in a situationship. So okay, you have a friend. So have you been sexually active with this friend?
Can we not?
Have you been sexually active with this friend? No, it was going in and out. That's why I didn't hear you, bro.
That's crazy.
Okay, so when you started
know,
talking
okay,
to this
but
friend,
hey,
did the conversation come up
thanks
about
for
how
coming
many
on,
people
hey.
you slept with?
No, just behave. Hey, thanks for coming on. Hey,
You're freezing off and on. So if I ask you
no, just
if I ask you the
behave.
question again, it's because I didn't hear you.
Hey, thanks for coming on. Hey, no, just behave. Hey, thanks for coming on. Hey.
I said when you started dating
No,
this
just
person or talking to this person,
behave.
did the conversation come up
Thanks
with
for
either
coming
you
on,
to
hey.
her or her to you, or how many people you dealt with before?
No, just behave. Hey, thanks for coming on. Hey, no, just behave. Hey, Dre.
Yes. Yes, I can. Uh-oh.
I can see that. Yes. Yes. I said yes.
Are you using an Apple product?
Oh, my bad, bro.
Yes, you. No, it's not a MacBook, right?
No. I mean, even when I first met the friend, I honestly, sex wasn't even my fault. Let me stop moving so much.
Okay.
Um.
So, like we
Wait,
were
you
trying
said,
to
did I
say
talk about my past
to
experiences?
all the people that came in, yeah, we having technical differences. I think it's because he has his iPhone close to the laptop. Because you already know I'm anti-Apple. I eat apples.
No,
I eat apples, but I don't use
I
them.
refuse to ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ask those questions.
I'm not sponsoring
I'm
it,
still freezing.
but I'm sponsoring it. I hope y'all got a
Yeah,
drink
I'm still
because
freezing. I figured that.
this is gonna be good for me
man.
tonight. Ain't no work tomorrow either because tomorrow's Veterans Day.
Can you
You
hear me
know,
now?
thank you for all that served.
Okay.
But
Like I was saying,
I'm about to serve
no,
this
we didn't
Terramana
have that
tonight. Yes, sir.
Oh, this is Dream. Oh, okay.
All right. Until he get his
What
technical
up, Dreamer?
difficulty, I'm drinking high quality
Who, me?
H2O. Yeah, all right. That's that dirty Jersey water.
No, I'm on my laptop.
That shit is disgusting.
No, it's
Oh,
not a MacBook.
it's Fiji.
I don't know what
It's
the deal is.
Jer Fiji.
We have, so you continue on. I don't know what the deal
Hey,
is.
I didn't say it. It could have been somewhere else. She drinking Jer Fiji, Jersey Fiji.
We have, so you continue on. Okay?
Oh man, oh shit! I had something fly in my face. That was that Jer
Alright, cool.
Fiji. That shit came all the way over here. Yes, it's good. Are you ready now? You good? Yeah.
Yeah, my
Shut up,
iPhone is
Kiki.
no- my
Something
iPhone
fine
is
flew
nowhere
in my
near
damn
close
face
to the
just now while I
laptop.
was taking a sip. But yeah, I hear you now. So back to you, John.
Laptop.
When you started dating your chick, did the conversation come up about how many people you slept with, or how many people she slept with? Why? I don't think the app like you today, bro, because you keep breaking up. I mean, that's what might have to happen. His internet service don't like the question. Oh man! All right, so
Why
let,
you?
let, until while he fixes his situation, I'm gonna answer the question. Wait, and Kiki, we gonna get to you. The hosts gotta talk. The two hosts gotta talk. Slow your roll. In the words of the Rock, slow your roll and shut your mouth. That's because your joint is. I don't know. I don't know. Well, anyway, so
Blown out.
I'm in a
Oh
relationship right
man.
now. I've been in a relationship for almost 2 years, and
I think you,
the conversation
that was you
about
sipping that stuff.
um how many people
Who,
I
me?
slept with
I don't know.
wasn't really a question that was asked, but because I'm an honest person, I kind of
Uh,
talked about
he's drunk.
relationships that I was in, not casual sex relationships, but I talked about the actual relationships I was in.
No,
Um,
no, that's
of
not a
course,
conversation I have
she started getting a little salty about it. But
because you
and I
passed it to
understood from her
pass.
point of view because she didn't want to hear about it
I
really.
really don't want to know.
But
Like,
I just wanted to get it
I
out
mean,
in the
me knowing
open
about your past, what
because
is that gonna do for me?
that's just what it is. I mean, I didn't ask for her information. If she wanted to tell me, she could tell me. If she didn't, she didn't. And if she did, I wouldn't be upset about it. But
I know this is
um,
whack,
I think
and I
that
don't want to shut down and start over.
not a matter of fact of the count of how many you
All right,
had,
keep going.
but I
I'll
think a
talk in a
person
second.
should tell their mate how promiscuous or how active that they were, because
That's not even funny, man.
it can be
That's
a
not
few
even funny.
things. It can
Yeah.
be, hey, you were experimenting. That experimenting that you did made you the type of sexual person. I mean, you could have a high sexual appetite where you was, every time you met somebody, you was boning. Number two, that sexual experience could pretty much again have given you experience, so that when you get with that mate,
Why is your word
you know,
slurring?
you you got experience in what you was doing. What it says. So, did you give it about accurate body count? No, I did not give an accurate body count. I only gave information on the people that I was dating that I had sex with. Um, I mean, there was other experiences when we were talking, like later on in the relationship, we was bullshitting, drinking, talking about stuff, and I would bring up situations from my past or funny stuff that I thought was funny, and I would bring up, an instance where if I did something, like it was a time. Well, I'm not gonna say a time. Well, I don't. I mean, I brought it up, so that's not really nothing to hide. It was a time where it was a specific chick from my hood who me and my peoples at the time we all got her to take go up to the roof, and she whopped us all off. Yeah, you already know what I'm talking about. That's why you laughing. But I was like 15 then, so you couldn't get upset at me for what happened when I was 15. You can't get upset when I was 15 from now. I'm 44. But it was a conversation, shit that happened. So stuff like that, I don't mind talking about. Like if you ask me my body count, I will give you my body count because I ain't got nothing to hide. Because it's not nothing where I'm no fucking porn star or nothing. But I've had fun experiences in my life. Yeah, Pebble Beach, Kiki, exactly. Wait, what did happen? Then why? You said, let's see, let me go back up. Toya says, so did I give an accurate body count? No, I didn't, but I just told experiences. Kiki says, sounds like you didn't give an accurate body count. You're right. I didn't start off with a lie, Kiki. I just was talking whatever we were talking about. Toya said, then why tell part truth? It's not that it's part truth. If you ask me the question, I'm gonna give you the answer. But if we're talking about situations and we did something, or we talking about something in a certain topic that we're talking about sparks and interest about something, then I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's not that I'm giving you a half truth, because you ain't never asked what it really was about. If you ask me what it is, I'm gonna tell you what it is. But you didn't ask, but I told you a situation that happened, which was funny as hell. Oh, I think I lost my boy. Are you guys still there with me? Can you guys hear me and still talk to me? I have a sweet tongue. Oh my God, you crazy. Oh man. You can't hear me, Kiki? Oh, you can hear me? Okay. So yeah, tell me about you guys. Toya, Kiki, have you told your mate, if you have a mate or any one of your mates, have you told them your body count? Or how much, how much sexual experience that you have? Do you get your person ready for that? Talk to me. Toya says, what? Mo or no? No. Why not, Toya? Tell me why not. Tell the peoples here why you don't think you should give a body count. That ain't none of their damn business. Why is it none of their business? If you with somebody and you completely honest, what up, Easy? You back? Yeah,
All
you
right,
good.
cool.
You good money.
Y'all can hear me. Y'all can see me. Okay.
He never asked it. Yo, what happened?
Okay, because I was like, yo.
Yeah, I was holding it down
No,
for
I
you,
was
waiting
good.
for you
I'm
to
glad
come
the
back.
show went on without
I
I was
got you,
gone,
bro.
though.
But yeah, I had asked Toya and Kiki if they gave a body count,
Yeah.
and they said nah, they wouldn't. Kiki said that's none of their damn business. Toya said no, and then Toya said he never asked a woman cannot. He never asked, and a woman cannot tell. The woman cannot tell the truth without being called a hoe. I mean, is it a double standard though? If a man has a lot of body count and he tells his peoples, is he considered more of like a hero, or oh that's my man's, or yeah dude you've been doing the shit, and then a woman opposed to her, if she has a high body count, is she considered a hoe?
Look, listen.
What
First
is a
of all,
hoe?
I want to talk about the whole being a whole thing. All right. Like, if you was in a, like, my thing is, if you're at a time in your life where you're grown, you're taking care of your responsibilities, who you have sex with is who you have sex with. The problem is that people. I mean, the only time you call somebody hoe is if they get around a lot. But if you mess with somebody who's grown, you're not going to tell each other's business. So I don't know who you're sleeping with because I'm not supposed to know. Only you and the person.
Easy. They said they're still waiting for you to answer the question though.
Now,
About have you given a body count
about what?
or
No, I don't give body counts. I don't give body counts. There's no need. I don't ask for body counts. If she offers it, fine, but I'm not going to ask for it. Because for what? Because at the end of the day, my thing is me and you are rocking out, So why am I talking about your past, past experiences? Because my thing is, you know what I realized? People have done things with somebody, and then they decide they don't want to do it again. So if you tell me a story about how you had a threesome, and then I'm sitting there like, oh, I want to have a threesome, but like, oh, I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what was the purpose of you telling me about that? So, no, I'm not going to ask you your past experiences. I don't want to know your body count.
I hear you.
No. It's none of my damn business, All I'm worried about is the only thing I'm going to ask is if me and you are kicking it now, be real with me and let me know if you have other sexual partners at this present time while we're getting it on. But I don't want to know about your past if you're not doing it with them no more. I just need to know what you're doing about your present.
I hear you. I'm texting real quick, so I heard everything you said though.
You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Finish talking.
No, okay. No, I understand, but that's basically it to me. Like um, I said I'm not asking your body count. I don't want to know, and because I'm thinking like I can't. I don't want to say 6 degrees of separation, but as a dude in my
Hmm.
single life, I know what I did with the women that I did it with. But I know I'm not the only dude who ever probably smashed them. So that means they did whatever they did with me with another dude. Like I don't want to. That's a web I'm not going down. Like listen, just let me know
So
who
let
you
me ask a
smashing
question.
now,
Say you out, you and your
and that's
chill,
my
your lady,
concern.
you chilling. Y'all went somewhere. Y'all happen to go to a spot and not knowing it, but you guys run into one of her old flings, right? So hold on. She introduces the guy. Oh,
And
hey, how you doing? Such and such. Oh, this is John. This is my, blah 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 blah. Casual conversation, real quick, like they just friends from afar. Later on, she was like, yeah, or you ask him like, yo, who was that? Oh, that was somebody I used to deal with. I used to smash. How would you feel in that situation?
uh, well, obviously they're not smashing her no more. So I mean, it's whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, if she met a female friend of mine, it probably somebody else smashed. Well, not 9 out of 10, probably 7 out of 3. You know, but but it's funny that you bring that up because I was caught in a situation like that, but it wasn't like she introduced me to one of her friends. What happened was she used to be out there in the world, and she was smashing somebody I knew that she didn't think
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
our worlds would connect. Because you know me, I'm not in the streets like that, you know. But I do, but I know people who is in the streets. So what happened was, and it's funny because this happened. I was with Shorty. We was downtown Brooklyn, and we bumped into somebody,
What, your
and
shorty that
Shorty
you was
had the
with, or
look
the
of
other
death on her
shorty?
face. So I'm like, why is she looking like that? The Shorty I was with had the look of death on her face. And what happened? I looked across, I looked on the street, and I saw, our homeboy because we both know him, and we always like, yo, what's good? And she just had this look like, yo, please don't blow. She had this look like she was scared to say anything. He was like, I ain't know that outside. Whatever, whatever. I introduced him. He's like, I ain't know, act like he didn't know her. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yo, son, but when you get back to the hood, something I got to talk to you about. So I'm like, I ain't know that. And she was like, oh, where you know him from? I say, I know him from the hood. Like, he come through. He mad cool. He's like, oh, okay. When I got back to the hood, he was like, yo, son, I don't know how deep it is with you and Shorty, but me and the homies used to pass her around. So I was like, oh, damn. And like, yeah, some dudes will lie on it, but he's one of those dudes that don't lie on his.
Yeah.
He's not one of them dudes that be relying on his manhood. So I was like, bro, damn, I didn't
Okay.
expect that to ever happen.
Okay.
But it is
Anybody
what
out
it
there?
is.
Just passing women around.
You
Okay.
know.
Oh man. Anybody out there in the room? Yeah, yeah. What's good,
I
y'all?
think
Y'all
yeah,
tell me about it.
everybody.
Anybody had any experiences like you in the streets and you
Yeah,
happen
we
to
got
see
that.
somebody?
Or every time you went somewhere with that person, somebody knew them and you knew them in that kind of way. Like, well, damn, you was just a whore,
Like,
huh?
I mean, like somebody said a few minutes ago, everybody who fucked.
And whore is not gender
It said
biased.
there, everybody
Men are
fucked
whores
somebody
too.
before they started fucking you. That's it. As a grown adult, you can't be mad. Like, if somebody had bodies, you can't be mad unless you got like 50 million children by 50 million different baby daddies. Then there's a problem. But
Nah, nah. Shit, I don't even know. Nah, I can't even sit there and say just the babies. Like, did you ever mess with a chick and it's like her miscarriage and her abortion count is high? So you just let everybody run up and you raw, huh? Just you know, You gotta be careful with that. That's why, like, I don't ask people their numbers. I don't, you know. I mean, I
You
can't.
just refuse.
I just
You said
refuse.
niggas be
I
hoes too.
don't
Yeah,
see why.
niggas is hoes too.
I don't see why. Like, what am? Hey, they be stupid hoes. Yeah, they be mad hoes. That's why, you know. I agree. Men are hoes. You know. But yeah. So now I don't care. Body counts don't do it. So my thing is, all right. So we talk about body counts. Let's talk about real stuff now
Go ahead,
that
bro. Go ahead.
we're in adults. Like, how y'all smashing? Like, you're an adult. You know, you're doing your adult life. You're living. You know, you got a nice relationship. But you know, let's say you do have kids. Like, how's your sex life? Like with kids around? Like, do you smash in the house while the kids are there? Like, how that work? Like, or do you only smash outside of the
Kiki said
house?
scheduled
Like,
sex.
it's crazy. Like, I mean, I can't. I mean, for me, I never had that issue because, yeah, sometimes it's not fun. Scheduled sex is not fun. But I mean, luckily, like, I'm that dude where, all right, unfortunately, my son don't live with me. So I really don't know how that feels. But I was always able to have fun most of the time. It was just like, okay, well, you know, I got my son. All right, that's nothing. Like, I free all these other days. You know, the only times I get slowed down is on the weekends. You know, like summertime, I really get slowed down because he with me for a lot. And I've noticed women give me attitude when I decide I want to be a father. They want to come over and get
But
busy.
shit,
I'm like, yo, I want daddy.
let the shoe be on the other foot. And they got their kids, and you trying to get something. They like, no, get out of here. What's up with that? Yeah,
Or, or they be like, yo, come through after they go to bed. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh man, sex as an adult with
Yeah.
kids is crazy. Cause you gotta always make sure the door's locked. Cause if not, you gonna get caught. Get off my mommy! Get off my daddy! Fucking traumatize the kid. But 9 times out of 10, the kids don't be really paying attention. They just want to see. They want to see what you're doing, but they don't want to see what you're doing.
Yo.
That's why someone in a situation can have me.
But see, now it depends on the age limit. Like,
When
well, yeah, but see, that's the problem. Like, sometimes when you're in this situationship, like, it's like somebody always got kids. Like, one of you, like, you know, one of y'all might have a kid. So it's like, okay, one of y'all can't have kids. This way you always have a smash spot. And I was never, and I was too cheap to go to a telly. Once I started paying rent, it was a wrap. I'm not paying for a hotel if I pay rent. And my thing is,
that's true, but then you don't
if
want
I
to bring
can't bring
everybody
it
to
to
your
my house,
house
I shouldn't
anyway
be
if you're just
smashing.
smashing. If y'all in a relationship, it's different. But if you're just smashing, not everybody's supposed to come to your house.
well, and that's, yeah. No, they not. But I was not paying for a hotel room.
I mean, well, you know.
But that's why when I got older, I stopped smashing. You know, I stopped trying to smash so much. Because it was like,
When I
don't
was
want
living in
anybody in my
Harlem,
house.
when I was living in Harlem,
You know, I just don't
and I
want
wasn't in
everybody
a
in my house.
relationship, but I was just smashing. I didn't bring people to my house because Ariel was there. But the lucky thing about it, like 4 blocks from my house, was the $40 hotel, like the $40 telly. So if I was going to smash, you know, I had my sister watch my daughter. I went to the $40 telly, did what I had to do, and that was it. But I didn't bring chicks home to my house with my daughter because it was like, who the fuck you think you is? You just a chick. I know that's wrong for me to say, but that's how I felt at the time. I'm not bringing you. First of all, I'm not bringing you to my house because you are not my girlfriend, so you're not coming to my house. That's number one. Number two, I'm not bringing you around my daughter because you're not my woman. So why am I bringing you around my daughter? Like, for what? Kids get attached. I'm not gonna bring you around my daughter so my daughter can get attached to you. Get out of here. You just a smash.
I feel you. That's what I said. Like, you know, I don't have fun to a lot like that. And if I did, I'd probably be like, I don't know what I would do. You know, because I've dated women who had kids and their kids was always around, and it's just like, well, we can't smash like that. You know, just to be smashing. You know, unless we like in a real deep relationship. You know, so I don't know.
Now, also, as a, like you said, as an adult, when you start dating somebody,
you know,
do you when you all right? So you met a chick, y'all out. Everybody, y'all can answer this too. I mean, I'm saying chick to John because he's a dude and he likes chicks. All you ladies out there, you know, you like dudes. I'm just substitute the equation. You out there, you meet a guy, y'all kicking it, y'all dating, or y'all started talking, y'all go out a little bit of dates. How long is it before you guys start fucking? And do you not fuck? I mean, well, do you do? How long is it before you decide that you start fucking a person in your adult life? How long do you have to be dating this person? Because we all adults, we all have fucking needs, we all have feelings. You know, some people be like, oh, it's gonna be 6 or 7 months. Nah, 6 or 7 months you're gonna be finding the next nigga, because most realistic women and men, we're horny at that age. So we're not trying to wait 6 or 7 months to have sex with nobody. Especially if we digging you and we feel that's what it is. But go ahead, let me hear what you gotta say, John.
To me, honestly, there's no limit. Babe. Like I've dated women that had me wait months. I've dated women who gave it up on the first night. To me, there's no limit. I mean, it's when it feels right, and that's what y'all want to do.
No, but you get some women that be like, yeah, you gotta wait 3 months. You gotta wait 6 months because I gotta see who it is. Like, if that's the case, do you stick around with that chick because you digging her, or you like? I mean, of course, in your adult life, or like younger, like when you was younger.
No, it's not. No, both. I mean, as my adult life now and when I was younger, I had women who sat there and told me they want to wait, and I respected at both times. I mean, my thing is, if you really feel like this is something that you want to do, if I'm really feeling you like that, I'm going to respect it. I mean, there's only one or two things I can do. All right, now I'm not feeling you like that, I'm going to go do what I got to do. Okay. Or I'm going to hold it in.
So he said for me, if she like you that night, she going to bone you. She going to get it. Kiki said she a no limit soldier. She thought she told you. Oh, man. Y'all crazy. Hay said, if you on it, I'm on it. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. Like, we adults. Why should you play it? I think when people, and this is just my opinion, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that when you meet somebody, like you said, if the vibe is right, what's wrong with us not having fun and enjoying each other sexually? I think that some people have control issues and they want to control how the relationship goes. That's why they decide, okay, you know what? I'm going to hold off for 6 months just to see how you acting. Why does it have to be like that? We're adults. Like, why am I sitting here and I'm going to play this game with you for fucking 6 months? And then why I'm going to play this game with you for 6 months? And then after the 6 months,
check up on me, make sure I'm good.
I really don't. Okay. After the 6 months, then we happen to have sex. The shit is trash. Now I'm going to be mad because I just wasted 6 months of my time trying to figure it out, and you sitting here trying to play this game to see if I'm worthy of the 6 months or not. Like, what the fuck is that about? I don't get it. Like, that makes no sense. I can see a couple of months because we still don't know each other. We still feeling the vibe. We going out on dates and shit. But 6 months? Come on. Like, what is that about? That's just somebody wanting to be in control, just trying to regulate the relationship or trying to regulate what's going on. And you shouldn't have to do that. If that game is starting from the beginning, that game is going to be within the relationship. Do you guys agree with me or you don't?
I got a question.
Good.
Yeah, I got a question though. What if Shorty sat there and said,
Hmm.
"Hey, I'm waiting until I get married." So now it's not waiting 3, 6, 9 months. It's like, yo, I'm waiting until I get a ring on the finger. It's like, yo, is we not dating because I can't get it? You want more? All right. Okay. All right. Y'all gotta give me like 2 seconds. I'm on daddy duty right now. Okay.
Hello? He froze again? Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, I froze again. Now I was saying, give me a second because I'm on daddy duty. You don't know how that goes.
Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. He's on daddy duty. That if a woman tell you her stuff is trash and told you to drink Guinness and oats, and we try and get it 2 weeks, but you do it. um, First of all, I don't drink Guinness, so that would be a no. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, when you have sex with somebody for the first time, it's not gonna be the greatest because both of y'all nervous. So somebody gonna fuck up. Somebody gonna be like, something's gonna happen to one of the situations. I think when you meet somebody after you have sex like a good 3 times, those 3 times will determine if the sex is gonna be bananas for the rest of the time that y'all been fucking with each other. That's just my opinion. Because like I said, the first time he trying to last long to see if she gonna like it or she gonna be sitting there like, oh, this nigga whack if he busts or whatever in the first few minutes. I don't know. I think you disagree. I mean, that's cool. I mean, you could disagree. I'm just saying how this is my opinion. Like the first time y'all have sex, both of y'all hype. So he trying to prove something. He trying to say, all right, let me see if I can bang this shit out for the longest to make her feel good. Blah 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 blah. That's good if you had sex with them on the first time. That's great. I'm just saying. Is equal 50-50 that sometimes when you have sex the first time, the shit gonna be good, the shit gonna be trash. You never know. She did it twice in one night with my homegirl on my damn nerve. Oh, man. But, yeah, that's usually how it goes. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, John, finish. Yeah, we can hear you and see you.
Yo, I don't know. People can hear me and see me now. I'm back. I know my Wi-Fi's my Wi-Fi's acting up. I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. I was saying what if they decide that they're not gonna have sex? Are they still worth
Say it again. If what?
I said, what if the person just decided?
I mean,
that
that's
they're
good
not
for
gonna have
you.
sex, like they're just gonna wait to marriage.
Me being the person that I am, and I'm not trying to sound selfish. I'm not trying to sound assholish, but when we meet, we meet. We're gonna talk about other shit. Sex is not gonna be the first topic, but if the chemistry is there between the both of us, we gonna know how it is. Now, if you say, "Boom, I want to wait," that's my decision. Do I want to wait? Do I feel like maybe this is gonna be good that I want to wait, or I don't? That's my decision. If I don't want to wait, then you can't be mad at me for not waiting, because that's just me. If I want to wait, then that's it. But if I'm feeling you and if you feeling each other and there's a chemistry there, sexual chemistry, but then you telling me to wait, then I'm my brain is gonna start my brain is gonna start thinking. I'm all the red flags that pop in my head will start popping into my fucking head because it's like, okay, what we our sexual chemistry is there. We talking some shit. Why is it that you want to wait? What's the problem? What's going on here? So, it depends. It can be a problem. It might not be a problem. But I'm just saying. But for me personally, like I said, we have chemistry. We dating. We going out. We holding hands or whatever it is, and there's a sexual chemistry there. And then you telling me I want to wait 6 months to a year before we have sex? Me, me, Dwight. I'm not. I can't do that. I can't. That's just not me. I'm sorry, because by even though the relationship may be getting strong, we may be getting to know each other. I'm still a human being with sexual needs, and I'm gonna be looking at some other chick while we chilling. I'm not saying I'm gonna try to holler at the other chick, but I'm gonna be sitting there like, yo, what the fuck, like what's wrong? What's going on here? I mean, that's like I said, that's just me. Are you only dating for sex? No, you're not only dating for sex. You're dating for hopeful love, but sex is a major part in a relationship and is a major part of dating. I think so. So the dick was trashed twice in one night. I'm talking about only the head was the only thing. That's why I'm standing up. But everything else was like a fucked up road blind. Oh man, that's crazy. That's nuts.
But
You alright, John? You kind of quiet this week.
That's cool. So I mean, nah, man, my internet is messing with me. That's all. So when I get into a flow, it's like the Wi-Fi want to act up. And like, so I mean, next week what I probably do is I'm gonna plug the Ethernet cord in and get that get that direct boost, yo. Yeah. Plus, yeah, my kid is here. I mean, my kid is here, but I mean, I got the headphones on, so he can't hear what y'all saying. But and I just keep what I'm saying clean. I can respond without using those actual words. But yeah, let's be real.
Oh
So,
man,
has anybody ever been
this
caught?
week is gonna be a little crazy. His son is dead, Toya,
Like,
so he can't say the raunchy shit that I know that he could say.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like my thing is,
Caught doing what?
have you ever been caught?
Oh,
Caught by your kids, have you?
almost. Me and my lady was in my room. My daughter was in her room. The door was closed, but we didn't lock the door. So my daughter was like, "Daddy," and I'm like, "What?" And then she, instead of her saying what it is that she wanted to say, like outside the door, she opened the knob and pushed it in, and my bed was close to the door, so I closed that shit real quick. So she didn't see or know what was going on. She just thought that I was laying on the bed, which was cool. So then I went out to I went out the room and I said what I had to say to her. Now Toya, she didn't know, because if she knew, she would have kept persistent knocking on the door. Because my daughter's nosy. I love my daughter to death, my 6-year-old, but she nosy. But she didn't know what was going on. So as soon as I closed the door and locked it, she's 6. I closed the door, she locked it, then I came out and I was like, "What happened?" She's like, "Oh, I wanted to get some snack or some shit." I was like, "Well, you don't have to ask me for the snacks. You know what the snacks are. Just go ahead and get it." But that's just what that was. Have you ever been caught, John?
No, I've never been caught. I've never been caught.
That's it.
Nope. Nah, that's it. I've never been caught. I'm like, nah, I just never been caught. You know, nope. Now I've had an instance where I think one of her kids knew what was going on. We didn't get caught, but they was a teenager and they was
No
like,
word.
can y'all keep it down next time? Like something like that. But like,
Like for my oldest
never
daughter,
got caught.
when my oldest daughter's
Yeah,
over
but
at
they
my
was old
house,
enough
if
to
my
know what
lady's
was going
here,
on.
we just turn the TV or the music up real loud to act like we dancing or whatever. We do what we do then. And, and that's how. But she don't be paying us no attention anyway, because she either got her headphones on talking to her boyfriend, or she watching anime or some shit. But we turn the TV, huh?
Wait, she got a
Yeah, she got a
boyfriend?
boyfriend. Yeah, this is.
She got a boyfriend?
She always had a boyfriend. She was dating one dude. He was a cool dude. I didn't really like. I mean, he was a cool dude. I knew he had a good head on his shoulders, but he had a lot of issues, and she would make those. She would make his issues her issues. And I told her, I said, you can't do that. Like, I understand what he got going on in his life. I know you're empathetic to it. You might be even be sympathetic to it, but those are his issues. You can be there to support him and try to guide him in the right direction, but his issues are his issues, and you can't take on his issues. And she would do that, and it would kind of fuck me up, because she would put him before she put her, and I'm like, yo, your life ain't even straight. Like, how you putting this nigga life straight, and your life ain't even straight? It took her a minute. She would get upset at me when I said it. It took her a minute until she realized it finally. I guess because her friends started telling her the same shit I was telling her, and then she wanted to break. They broke up like 3 or 4 times, but now they totally broke up altogether. She can't do it anymore because he has a bunch of excuses, and he always says what he's gonna do, and he never falls through with it. Yeah, Kiki, we talking about being caught as an adult, not as a kid. My mama caught me one time when as a kid, but she didn't really get upset at me that much, kind of, or she didn't like. It didn't seem like she got upset at me, but because when I used to deal with Beans, so I used to come home from college, and we used to stay at my mom's house, on the weekends or whatever, and then me and Beans would be in the room or whatever, and then my mom would come in and turn the light on and be like, "Yo," and we would like act like we was sleeping or some shit. So
Yeah, fucking Beans.
I know, right?
Man. That's gonna be her name
Word.
forever in life, yo. Yeah, I've never been caught. I've never been caught. And that's crazy to me, but never been caught. I've
done some reckless stuff
in my
too.
day,
Remember me, you, and Black
but
at your
never been
crib?
caught. Yeah.
Oh man! And then he wound up trying to wife her. I'm like, this. How you gonna wife a hoe? Like, what's wrong with you?
Hey,
Rest in peace, Black. You my man. But how would you wife a hoe?
Damn, son. So we just talking about we don't talk about past experiences and body counts. Why you putting our business out there? Nah, that was crazy. Nah, but yeah, man. And then I don't know. And then kids are smart. So they know when people are in relationships, they know sometimes this is what happens. People have relations. So how do you have any kids even came up to y'all as adults and was like, are y'all doing it?
Mm-hmm.
I would blow my mind if my kid asked me, if I was active, like, son, what do you know about that?
Well, nah, ain't no kids ever coming to me and saying no shit like that.
Like, what do you know about that? Like, I won't say that you're active like that, but they'll be like, I know what y'all be doing when y'all turn the TV up.
Nah, I ain't never had that. Yo, I'm gonna tell you one time I heard my mom's. That shit fucked me up. Oh my gosh. So this is the time when we used to smoke.
Oh, dude.
This is the time when we used to smoke real heavy. We used to go to Black House and smoke all night, and then I used to come home. So George, remember George? So when my mom was dating George, one time I came home, I was real high. I just came from Black House. We was all there getting high. So I walked past, because my mom's room was in the middle room, and I had to walk past to my room. So I walked past the fucking room, and I hear some moaning. I'm like, wait, I was like, fuck this shit. I must have been high. So I go in the room. I'm like, I'm high. I must have been hearing shit. Had to use the bathroom. So I go back across, use the bathroom, come out the bathroom, go back to the room. I hear moaning again. I'm like, yo, what the fuck was this? Yo, that shit fucked me up. I couldn't look at neither one of them for the next couple of days the same way. That shit had me bugging out. You right, Kiki. Mama do got a life, but that shit fucked me up. Like, I was like, yo. I was like, no, my mom's is not in the house boning. I guess she didn't know I was still, if I didn't came home.
That's crazy.
But
That- wow. Wow, son. I don't know if I. Wow. No, I think I didn't really. I didn't catch my parents doing nothing when I was older. I think I caught them doing stuff when I was younger before I realized what it was, and then when I got older and realized, oh shit, like that's what they was doing. Nah, B. Nope. So whenever I know they went out somewhere and they went out to a party and they was drinking, I just made it my business to try to stay in my room the whole night. Like, I don't know what kind of mood they was coming in the house in. I didn't want to be witness to nothing. No, But yeah,
yeah, word, that shit fucked me up.
that's crazy. Yeah. Wait, wait. First of all, no, we didn't run a train. You know, it wasn't even supposed to be like
What
that.
it say?
Okay. You know, and no, that's my mama. She said we could run a
Hey,
train.
we didn't run a
but our
train
mama
on
said,
her.
like, can't have a man.
We just drove the Amtrak somewhere.
Okay. Oh, you're wrong. Cause people don't understand how this whole situation.
I'll be right back. Yeah, tell
went
them how it
down.
went down. I'll be right back.
Okay. Because it's not.
Did I watch that?
Hold on, Daddy duty call. What happened?
Did I watch that?
Oh, sure. All right, yeah. So it wasn't like that. Like, you know, at first we was just going to. We was just gonna hang out and go to Houlihan's, right? We was gonna just go to Houlihan's, have some drinks, just have fun. Our friend that he mentioned, may he rest in peace, had a friend. He wanted us to meet her. So we was just going to have drinks and meet her and have fun. That's it. At the end of the night, everybody was gonna go their different ways. I guess they was gonna go there. But she was like, oh, it's still early. Let's keep the party going. I happen to live not too far from where we was drinking at, so I was like, we can go back to the crib. You know, I had bottles, so we kept drinking. You know, because she was like she didn't want the party to be over. So when we got back to the crib, we was sitting there. They was on the couch. And I remember I was playing music on my computer, and yeah, I can't even say the name of the song because the kids right here in front of me.
Just say the artist. Say the name of the
But
artist.
basically, Shorty was like, you know, yo, I can't even say that because I don't even know the name of the
If
artist.
I
It
F,
was a
we all
house
gonna
song
F, yeah.
saying, if I F, we all gotta F.
Oh man.
So we was playing the song, and all I know, she started slobbing our homie, and then she was like, you know, what y'all gonna do? Just look and play with it? Like she gave us an invitation. So we was like, okay, like okay. I didn't really think this was gonna happen, but all right. And then the next week we called him and like, yo, what's good? Hang out. He said, nah, I got Shorty at the crib. We was like, you wifed her? No.
That night was fucking crazy. I can't really say everything that went down, but
That was fun time.
that was funny. That was one for the rule books. Rest in peace, Black.
That was one for the real
I
boys.
just wanna fuck.
That,
I just
that,
wanna
that was one
fuck.
for the real.
I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna
Hey,
fuck.
that's what it was.
I just wanna fuck.
Hey, hey.
I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck.
That's what it said. That was the song, y'all.
Wow.
Yeah. Ah, that shit was hilarious. That shit was funny.
Wow. Wow. So that was a good night. That was an experience. That was an experience. We had fun that night. I was like,
What?
but you know what was the craziest part about that night? Remember, she let us take pictures.
Yeah,
she
I
let
wasn't
us
doing
take
that.
pictures of it.
Sorry.
It was like, wow, you want to document it? No. We wasn't trying to be in the pictures. But I'm like, you want to document this?
Because
Like,
that was an
yeah,
epic night
document
for her,
this.
too. Mind you, for her to say some shit like that. Oh, we got a little Nori over there. What? Yo, the reason why she said that, and we all know, because she did that on a regular. Like, no chick is gonna be like, yeah, let me get you and your boys. No chick is gonna do nothing like that. That was a regular for her.
Yeah, that was a
I
regular
don't
for
know.
her. That's why, because she was telling us. She was telling us at the end of the night. She was like, yeah, because it was supposed to be her and her friend. Her friend backed that at the last minute. So, yeah. Put on my headphones, bro.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm good. Don't touch the headphones. Don't touch the headphones.
I'm gonna do it. Why?
Everybody in the world premiere.
Why can I not?
That's Lil Juice right there. Juicy
Why
Juice.
can I not do it? Because
World
I
premiere.
want-
World premiere. Look for him. He's about he want to do
Yo,
TikTok.
y'all quiet, man. Y'all need to talk. Y'all, Kiki.
Yeah, I
Kiki
do. I
Toya.
want to do TikTok.
Yeah, we all quiet. Look,
Yeah, we know.
I
We
got to talk
can't
for me
say
because I'm on
the explicit
I'm on
versions.
movies, so I can't really get.
because Lil Man is there.
Terrence's father.
What happened?
Isn't it Terrence's father?
Yes,
Duh.
yes, that is Terrence's father.
I did
You
not.
just put that together right now.
Hunter's
He
gonna
said,
be
"Fuck
with you for the
Terrence's
whole
father."
weekend?
I'm like, yes. Yeah. Nah,
Oh, yeah,
only
yeah.
for
Okay.
tomorrow because school.
Because I was gonna say Taryn will be here this weekend, Hunter. He has her on he has her
Oh, yeah.
on
Oh, we got
iPad
opposite weekends
on Messenger Q.
Yo!
No, she usually messages
Look,
me, but I gotta set up
that
messaging
rabbit,
on his
that
iPad.
rabbit has underwears on. That rabbit has underwears on.
Yes, I'm gonna set it up on his iPad so when he's here, she hit him up.
I hear you. Ask the question and I will
Hey,
even
so
call it. Toya, call in.
But yeah, that's
call the light, son. Why didn't I do that? I just wanted to do it.
yeah. Oh, yeah, call him.
Call the light, son. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No,
No,
call
blah,
him.
blah, blah.
Because yeah, it's a sensitive subject. Because as we get older, I'm trying to say,
Blah,
not
blah,
that,
blah.
dude.
Sorry.
Sorry.
As we get older, oh wait, sorry, it's calling. Yeah.
Hi.
We letting Toya load up for a second. We're
I'm
gonna
not
get the
loaded?
thing going.
Yeah, you in there. Your voice is in there, Toya. What's up? How you doing?
I'm grading yourself.
I'm good. It's Wednesday night. I'm drinking. Feeling good.
Okay.
Did I just see a peach?
So Toya, about the conversations earlier,
What's up,
tell us your
teacher?
opinion on it.
What
I
part? The
was rubbing
Well,
my
BI part? The
from the
bitch part?
beginning, you know, the
Where you
body
were
part,
calling?
the
Oh,
yeah.
rubbing me.
Oh,
so I don't know. I just feel like as a
I was
woman,
there.
the older you get is the more sexual. Well, okay, I'm not going to generalize because I don't know all women.
no, but it's true.
But for me personally, the older I get is the more I would like to have sexual intercourse.
That's the same how men are. Well, that's I mean I can't speak for all men, but
There
yeah,
you go.
I believe the same way for men. The older you are, the more sex you want to have. But
Correct.
I think a lot of married men at a certain age, depending on their woman and depending on the particular woman, they don't have sex as much anymore. Because I think once you get married, I guess the sex stops sometimes. But that's just I don't know. I've never been married, but that's what I heard. But go ahead, continue, Toya.
Right. And I am single.
No, I mean, I think she's talking more.
So, anyway, so I am single. And I just realized over time, less is more in the sense of like sharing your intimate thoughts. Like, I've messed with guys where it's like no one goes, oh, so how many have you? Because they just assumed, or I guess they assume, but they don't want to know. So
Hmm.
you keep that on the hush, so to speak. But I've also dated someone who we were supposed to be in a relationship together, whatever. And dude legit was like, I think I didn't turn 40 yet. And he was like, oh, why do you always want to? And I'm like, hmm, okay. And it's just been downhill since then. It's like when you're young, you're like, oh my God, I can't get this, can't get that. But for me, I liked it, but now I guess I love it. It's like one of those things. But I feel like when I was younger, it was easier to like find someone to do it with. Even if it was just for body count experiences or just to experience something, where now I'm like, well, I have a son, you know, that lives with me. I do have friends that are very accommodating. If I'm like, yo, I need to go and release, I have one girlfriend that's always like, sure, no problem, come on over, whatever. But I think the older I get is the more jaded I get.
We're more
So
jaded, but
it's
jaded how though?
to open up to new people.
She's a robber.
So you might stay somewhere that you needed to have left weeks ago just because it's comfortable versus, not. It's comfort versus being lonely or comfort versus being alone. So the older I get is the harder it is for me to change
Hmm.
my attitude. And I do feel like I have an attitude. I'm not saying I don't, I do. But it took me years to get comfortable in my own skin. So for me to try to get to know somebody is difficult for me. So body counts, not going around telling people because it's just hard for me to show a man the real me because like you have work, this, that, whatever. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear
Like
what
to
you're
me, it's
saying.
not just sex at this point. It's more like, okay, well, do I see myself moving down the line with this person? And then while you're contemplating that or situating that, then it's like, okay, well, are we sexually compatible? Are we this? Are we that? So everything starts getting mushed together. And, you stay single longer. So
I hear you. Okay.
I
Okay.
feel like I just messed up your high, but you'll be okay soon.
Nah, you didn't mess it up. I'm chilling. So, do you have children?
I have one child.
How old is your child?
He's 13.
13. Have you ever been caught fucking in the house with when your son heard or anything like that?
The last relationship I was in, no. He was younger, and we would legit like lock him in the door or me in the bedroom. or he'll be in the living room because it was a one bedroom at that time, or he'll be in the living room and you just lock the door, you know what I mean? And my son was, so wait, I was like 39, so that's like 5 years ago. So what's that, 8, 7? Do the math. Anyway, and I remember locking the door, you know? And Gerald was always like into like watching Netflix or whatever the case is. He's more like leave me alone, I'll leave you alone type of child.
Mm-hmm.
So I never got quote unquote caught, but I
Right.
have done it while
What's it sit on?
he was in the house. And I'm okay with that. You know, like some people are like, oh my God, really? Yeah. Yeah. As long as he's not on the bed with me, I'm okay.
Okay, I hear you. Okay. And how long do you let a man hold out before you give him some pussy?
Well, I think I answered this one already, babe.
Yeah,
If I
you
like
said
we can
you
do
said
it
if it's
tonight.
in, but you gotta. I read what you wrote, but I want you to.
Oh, I'm
say it.
sorry. If I like you, we could do it right now. You know, the longest blank buddy I've had, we met that night and we had sex that night. And that was what, in '02? And we messed around until 19, on
Okay.
and off,
Okay.
you know? So it's, like I said, I'm hard to like people. I could have sex with you. I could have sex with anybody, you know? But for you to come back around, I'm more of the like, one time, if you were good, okay, maybe I'll take your number. But if not, I'm okay.
Okay. That's what's up. John, you good over there? You out of it today, bro.
Yeah, I'm good, fam.
I ain't never heard you just. You thinking? You got something on your mind? That's
No,
what it
I'm
is.
good. I'm just, you know,
You gonna always be a good role
I'm trying
model,
to be a
bro.
good role model.
You gonna always be a good.
No. So I mean, I can't say too much.
He's
'cause,
literally right there.
Yeah.
he's up under my arm.
But you gotta learn how to use big man code. You gotta use adult code words.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, I mean, I'm just, you know, I guess at that, you know, in that daddy moment where, like, I actually like him being up under me because I know there's gonna be a time when he ain't gonna want to do this. So
I hear you.
I eat it up. You know. But then again, like, the only reason why he hanging around me is because we actually on the call.
But that's children altogether.
Any other time,
Yeah,
he wouldn't be in
that
my
is.
face.
The second you stop giving some attention, it's like, hey, look at me, I'm the shiny new toy.
Yeah.
Especially if they always up under you and they love you, they're gonna want to be around you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that gonna be?
There's another
Does Hunter know your girlfriend?
Yes,
John?
the third person talking now.
According to what John said, he has
Hunter
a
don't know nobody.
situation.
I'm sorry. Does Hunter know about your situationship? The female in your situationship? So how do you think he would react to if he happened to meet her? Not saying that he will right now, but hypothetically, if he was to meet her this weekend, y'all go somewhere and he meets her, how do you think he would react towards her?
I don't know for the simple fact that I'm not gonna introduce him to a situation.
I'm saying hypothetically, bro. I'm not saying.
I know what he's saying.
I'm
I don't want him to get
I'm saying
attached to
hypothetically.
anybody.
So like, put yourself in a situation.
Oh, I mean, my kid, he's a loving kid, so he'll
Okay.
probably be all right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you about mine.
You know,
So
you know how auntie
when I first started dating my girlfriend, she met. Well, we I took my daughter and she took her kids to a mutual event. So the kids were meeting each other. They played around with each other, but they didn't know that me and her were dating yet. So that was the first thing. We both did that on purpose to see if the kids would mess with each other. Because if my kid don't like her kids or her kids don't like my kids, then that would be an issue in our relationship as we try to move forward. But when they met each other, like I said, in a group setting, we was at a cookout with other kids. But when they met each other, they all connected. Like we didn't put them together to hang with each other. Those three just automatically connected to each other. Like the other kids were around, but those three kids, my daughter and her two kids, they just connected like they knew each other forever. So that was the first thing. The universe put them together and connected them. Next, when I finally started bringing her around, well, we started doing events now and things together with our kids together. Like we would go hang out and we'd be like, yeah, that's my friend, or this is just my friend. And then they still, everything was good because the kids were playing with each other, so it wasn't nothing serious. And then like maybe months later, when I started going to her house, or I started hanging out with her and her kids, and then, she started coming to my house and she started hanging out with me and my daughter, that's when the kids pretty much realized that we were kind of boyfriend and girlfriend, because her kids used to say it all the time, oh, mommy got a boyfriend, mommy got a boyfriend. Just don't kiss, just don't kill. Ew, that's nasty if y'all kiss. And we didn't do that in front of them, and then since with my daughter, me and her mom hasn't been together for 4 years, it wasn't even a question of me being with her mother anymore. But when I brought her, my girlfriend over to my house, my daughter was just cool. She was just like, whatever. Like, and then when she liked my girlfriend so much that when she would go home to her mom's house, she would talk about my girlfriend. She was like, yeah, I met Mrs. T and blah, 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 blah. So then the interest started sparking in my daughter's mother, like, who the fuck is this Miss T? So then maybe a year later, I took her home and, my daughter, she asked her daughter, she's like, so what did you do this weekend? She's like, oh, me, Daddy, and Miss T, and Nico and Ava, we went blah, 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 blah. So then my daughter, Sapphire, my daughter's mother was like, so when am I going to meet this Miss T? I was like, oh, shit, that just blew my mind. Because I was like, oh, okay. Like, I thought she was going to have, like, even though me and her, we ain't never trying to get back together. We don't even like each other like that. We just cordial because of Taryn. But for her to just say, yo, when am I going to meet Miss T? That was like, oh, shit, okay. Like, that kind of, like, oh, all right. I mean, I ain't trying to hide nothing, and there's no reason for me to hide that from you because we not together, but that's just what it was. Like, but your situation would be different, John, because your baby mom, she's a little
Crazy.
bit special. Yeah, very special. She probably tried to kill that chick,
Yeah.
whoever it is.
Yeah, very special. That's all right.
Comfort versus.
I'll charge us.
But yeah, so Toya,
Yes, my dear.
we appreciate you tonight. I guess we're gonna make it a little short one. John got the son, and we don't want to take up too much of his time away from Hunter.
Well, have a great night, everyone.
It's still not a short.
Yeah,
night.
it's all good.
We made it past an hour.
We're gonna have something real. We may continue the topic again next week and talk about something
Yeah, I
else too.
apologize for my Wi-Fi connection.
Well, Steen, I will be here at 10 o'clock on the...
Yeah, because the topic that I got in mind for next week is
1 second, please. Steen, I'll be here next week at 10 o'clock. Mr. Birthmark.
Yes.
We have to speak about the black bitches that you...
Oh, word. That's okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
If we could even
whoa.
touch on it today, seeing that, Mr. Jonathan is a little bit preoccupied right now, and it's
Okay.
just your opinion
Yes.
about
Yes.
these black bitches that are in control.
Well, it's not just black bitches. I'm sorry if I just singleized black bitches.
Well,
I'm talking
you
about,
did technically say
I
why
did.
you black
I did
bitches.
singleize it. I did say that. But
you said
Well-
women of color.
women of color.
Okay,
You said
so
women
women
of
of color versus black bitches. We prefer women of color. I apologize.
I mean, hey, I'm sorry. I was a little bit raw
I'm
because that
going
was
to
the first thing you said.
assume she's a black woman or is she a Spanish woman?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this though. This is from experience from me. I can't speak for anybody
black
else.
or Spanish? Black or Spanish?
I'm gonna. She was this the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Black.
Hello. So then I will not be corrected.
Okay.
So these black bitches
Yes.
controlling you, huh?
Because
Go
it's
ahead.
always it's not just this situation. This happened at another previous job too. So what I just don't like it that number one, okay, if you have a high position, you have a high position. Me being the person that I am, I'm gonna respect your position because you have that high position. But because you have that high position, you shouldn't shit on people, and you shouldn't treat people a certain way just because you are a woman of color or a black whatever, and you have that high position. And it just so happens that the jobs, when I used to work for HRA, before I left, there was a lady that came in. She was a PA2 just like me. She happened to take the test, the manager's test.
I'm so sorry. She was a what?
She was a assistant office manager.
Okay, because I work with children. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I'm sorry. She was an assistant office manager like I was, but she was at another location. She took the manager's test. Of course, she passed it. So it was her turn. I guess when they went down the eligibility list, they got to her name. She skipped a step as being a deputy director and went straight to the director. So she went from an assistant office manager, skipped the deputy director, and went straight to the director's position. And when she was an assistant office manager, she was, from what I heard from people in the agency, she was a nice person. She was cool, blah, 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 blah. As soon as she got to that director's position, I guess now, you know how when they say when men get a certain way, their balls get big? So her titties got real big. So she started, like, her attitude totally changed. She started treating people like shit. And like I said, I understand authority. I understand when you get positions of power. But a position should never change who you truly are. Now, with my current job, I have a lady there. She's about maybe the same age as me, or maybe a year older, maybe more, whatever. She has control issues. She moved her way up, of course, because she's been with the agency for like 10, 11 years. So she's moved up, which is understandable. So now that she's in the position of power, she wasn't the office manager. She wasn't the next in line. She was like the third in line. So because she was the third in line, her and the first in line, the office manager, were really close friends. So the one that was second in charge, they used to fucking totally disrespect the one that was second in charge. Like she wasn't shit. Like the third in charge would go above her head, do other shit because she knew that her boss or her friend was the top boss. So long story short, she would treat us like shit. She talks to us very condescending, very sarcastically, and if we do the same to her, we get memos because she has to be the fucking control. So, like I just said, it just sucks that, and now she has a higher position now because she took, they had a provisional position. She's been there for a year. After her year was up, the agency made a position provisional just for her to get it. So she has it now. But my thing is, why is it that black women, and I can say black women because I haven't worked for any other type of nationality that had, authority yet. So I'm only saying for black women from what I know so far. Why is it that black women, when you get to high positions, or when they get to high positions, they start changing and acting differently and treating motherfuckers like shit? Like, I'm asking you, how do you feel about that? Why do you think that happened?
So, how do I answer this?
The best way you can to help me understand.
So for me, I work with children, right?
Okay.
And I am obviously somebody's mother.
Yes.
So I have tendencies of talking to people like they're a child. And I've been pulled up on it many times. It's not done intentionally. For me, it's a force of habit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right now I work with children with special needs. You understand? Mm-hmm. So I will be like, okay, this is what needs to be done right now because structure is needed in a life.
I agree.
So I may take a relationship and be like, yes, I need structure. I need, like, if I text you, answer the fucking shit and do not leave me on red. Mm-hmm. That pisses me off. Mm-hmm. So that, for me, I don't know if that's like a shitty or way of treating people or whatever the case is, but I just feel like, through the whole day, from the time I wake up to when I go good night, I am telling someone what to do. So
Okay.
yeah, maybe when I'm in a relationship, I'm telling you what the fuck to do too.
Okay.
It gets to be a habit type of thing, you know? Like you get the control, you don't want to lose that control. So maybe she's like, well, I got here and I need to prove to myself or prove to everybody else. Because the first thing that, no offense to you,
No, I got
black
you.
bitches,
I got you.
but the first thing Mark will say is, I knew that fucking black bitch wasn't gonna be that good any fucking way. I could see you doing that, and I don't even know you.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So then I need to show my authority over you. So instead of her going, okay, let me pump my brakes just a little bit, let me, you know what I'm saying? She's like, well, I'm gonna swing my breasts,
Yeah.
my vagina. I always say balls because I believe women
Yeah.
have bigger balls than men over you and show you who is in control.
Okay. I
You
get it,
understand?
and I understand it,
So
but why? That should make no sense. Again, me being the person that, because most of the time it happens to the women that have the power. They treat the men that's under them like shit. That's most of the time.
because okay, so
Now,
stick a pin,
my
right?
question,
One
real quick,
second.
before you even answer that, she has a husband, so everybody in the office is saying maybe she's treating the men and us like shit because while she's at home, her husband's treating her like shit. So she doesn't have control at home, but since she knows that she's at work and she's our boss, she has control over us at work, so she can treat the rest of us like shit.
Well, no offense, she technically does have control over you.
No, she does at work, yes.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. You do have control, but the way that you interact with us, the way that you talk to us, you don't have to treat us like that. We know that you're our boss. We do our work because nobody wants to fucking get written up on insubordination. But what's the purpose of swinging your dick
Because
around when you don't have to
some
swing your dick around?
somewhere along the line she felt like if she did not assert her authority, you guys would walk all over her. It's the
Well,
same thing with being
yeah,
a parent with
yeah,
multiple children.
yeah.
You understand? Like, I don't know where you work for, but I honestly believe that my boss is a dickhead. Okay? And the reason I say that is because he could be your boss too. But how you going to tell people if they don't get a shot, they're going to be taken off payroll, and then 2 weeks later talk about, I'll give you $500 if you take the shot? Who is
Yeah.
going to respect you?
Well,
Oh,
that's why nobody respects fucking America, because America's
thank
doing
you.
that.
Thank you. But in a month, you're no longer the boss, so you don't give a shit. Okay? So, what I was going to say before is there's this man at work, right? I had to personally work with him last year. This year, I only see him for 50 minutes. I don't want to kill him. That he's from Colombia, I believe. And I'm not saying anything about the country. I'm just saying, like, he has to have the last say, right? He has to feel like he's doing something, right? So he is the joke of the floor because we only got one floor, right? So we were doing busing yesterday, and he looks at a teacher, another teacher, and he goes, "Did you make sure and get all the children and count all the children?" And I just started laughing because I'm like, dude, you're the one that go in elevators without all your children. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I just feel like he is and so one time a pen went missing for the smart board. So he goes, I am a teacher here and I have the right to use a pen, something like that. And I'm just like, your penis must be really small because you have to point out the fact that you're a teacher here and you too deserve a pen. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So he has the reverse issue that your boss has. His issue is that he's around a whole bunch of women because in the teaching field it's mostly women.
yeah, yeah.
And it's also special needs children. So it's mostly women. I could count, what is it, 3 men out of what, 15 or some ridiculous number like that? That's
Yeah.
on our floor.
Yeah.
And then if you put all 5 schools together, it's probably 50 to 60 men, and most of them are at the main site. So I just feel like people need to feel empowered, and that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily feel like she is the one being talked down to at work. I mean, at home. I believe that she's the one in control,
At
and
home?
she does not. Yeah,
Okay.
she
Okay.
does not know when to take off that hat.
Okay.
Kiki said somewhere along the lines that maybe she was pretending to be nice, but deep down inside she was a bitch. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like she's doing it because whatever. I feel like now she's able to shine and be the person she really is. And I don't think she means anything by it.
I think she does though. I mean, I'm not the fact that she means anything by it, but okay. For instance, we have a young lady there who's very knowledgeable as well. She's a regular employee. She's very knowledgeable. She volunteered. They asked her to be the office trainer. So when we get new employees in or whatever, I work for the Department of Motor Vehicles. So
Okay.
when they ask her to be the office trainer, she agrees. She's never late. She's always on time. She's always fucking. She's very smart. She knows her work. Blah 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 blah. They asked her to be the office trainer. So about a month ago, her brother got into a car accident. She got the phone call, so she asked to leave. This particular lady told her no, she couldn't leave. It wasn't like we were busy. It wasn't like we needed her because she was fucking training someone. They could have got me to train because I'm the assistant office trainer. They could have got me to stop what I was doing and train the new people. But this particular woman gave her hell and high water for her to fucking leave work to go tend to her brother, who she's very close with, who just got in a car accident. So I think she's just a bitch all around. Because something like that would give you some fucking sympathy or empathy, like, oh shit, you know, especially this young lady who's a stellar fucking employee.
Right.
Situation happened and you not letting her leave because you just don't want to let her leave. Like, shit happens at work, and instead of her thinking about the situation, her first instinct and her first reaction is always no. Until we get rowdy, not rowdy, but until we start getting attitudes and we start whatever, and then we talk to our supervisors, and then of course the supervisors talk to her, and then now she starts to think, oh, okay, maybe blah 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 blah. So it's like the way she's conditioned, her brain automatically always fucking says no, and it's like what type of person are you? Like, I know when I was with Jonathan, when I worked for HRA, Human Resources Administration, we had to take leadership training. We had to take a week and go down to fucking, when we was at 180 Water Street or even at fucking Greenwich Street, we had to take leadership training. Becoming a supervisor, you had to take supervisory training. Like, you were sitting in supervisory training. With the DMV, as long as you pass the test, you go to be a supervisor or you go to be a fucking manager. And I feel that people that are in leadership positions need to be trained on how to be a leader. Because just because you take the test and you passed it, that don't mean that you can be a fucking leader. When I first started working with the DMV, again, I was assistant office manager at HRA. When I started working with the DMV, I had to start from the bottom. So my immediate supervisor, I'm 44. I started when I was 42. I was 42 years old. My immediate supervisor was 28 years old. I first started my first week. Don't you know that this 28-year-old was mad sarcastic? She was an evil ass, and she tried to play me a few times. Me, because I am who I am, I pulled her to the side, and I said, look, I may be new to this agency, but I'm not new to this game. And you will not, and I repeat, not ever in your life, as long as I'm working at the DMV, talk to me the way you talk to me again. Because I did that, she kind of fucking realized that I'm 40-something years old when she was only 20-something. But that's the thing. It's like people, when they get women, black women, and again, that's all I can say I can deal with. When black women get into positions of power, they forget where they came from, and they just fucking take that position of power, and they start being bitches. And that's where I just came from with that. That's where, you know, I was feeling earlier, because it's just not fair. It shouldn't be that way.
Question.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
I find it funny that you brought up her age twice, not
Yes.
once but twice.
Yes.
The fact that she was young enough to be your daughter,
Exactly.
did that bother you?
It bothered me not because she was my supervisor. It bothered me because she didn't look at me as an adult. She looked at me because just because she was my supervisor, she can talk to me any way she could. And that's not right. I get it, you're my supervisor, and I respect you because you are my supervisor. But again, you are younger than me, so you're not going to talk to me in the way that you talk to me. You shouldn't be talking to anybody that way, period. But you're definitely not going to talk to me in that manner, regardless if you're my supervisor or not. That's how I took that. So I didn't.
I'm
It
not
wasn't a
gonna
matter
lie.
of the fact that it was the age, even though the age was a factor. But like I said, you're my supervisor, so I'm gonna respect your position because I know I gotta respect that title. I gotta respect that position. But like I said, when people of power, they forget. Like there was this old man there, 70-something-year-old man. The same lady that I was talking about earlier. When we started changing shit, like you know how older people are when they get a certain age, it's hard for them to change their ways. So
Sure is.
this man, he was a cool Indian guy. His name was Babe. He was like 70-something years old. He didn't want to retire yet, but he could have retired when he wanted to. He didn't want to retire. So when COVID happened, they started making us do phone calls. Like we still had to go into the office. We didn't have any customers coming in, but we still had to make, we had to be customer service. We had to get on the phone, on the computer, and do customer service over the phone. He wasn't familiar with that because he's 70-something years old. So the same lady who's the manager now, or who the lady I was talking about, she was fighting this 70-something-year-old man left and right, telling him that he had to get on the phone and do this shit. Now, mind you, it was other stuff that he could have done for his 10 hours at work, but she picked with this motherfucker so much to make him use the phone that he fucking wound up retiring 2 weeks later. Why do you have to do that? This man has been here in this agency for 20-something years. He knows everything. There's other fucking workers here that can use the phone. Why make him get on the phone? Why can't you make him do something else or let him do something else? That's good. He's not messing with nobody. The work is getting done. So it's like sometimes, like I said, it's the power thing. Like you get power, and it's like, okay, now that I got power, I'm gonna make you do whatever the fuck I want you to do when you want to do it. So what? And that's not fair. Like that's not how it is when you get power. When you get power, you're supposed to be able to know how to use your power to work in certain ways and to certain advantages. You're not supposed to just bully people just because you have position, you have power. And that's what she's been doing. And that shit's fucked up.
It is. It is. But again, I going back to the friend or the coworker whose brother got in the accident,
Yeah.
I'd have left. You'd have
No,
to
she
write
wound
a
up
letter.
leaving. She
Okay.
wanted to believe it, but like she gave her a hard time with it, and it
No,
like
no.
you shouldn't
It
even
would have
did
been,
that.
can I leave? No. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not arguing with you. Like, I
Exactly.
remember at my last job, my son used to have seizures years ago. So I was like, yo, I'm telling y'all all this right now. If Gerald School calls me, I'm not saying, can I? Y'all could write me up after. You could fire me in between. You could do whatever. Because to me, at the end of the day, I only have one child. I'm not getting back with John. John and I will never, ever, ever, ever see each other like that again. So I could always get another job. It may not be this fancy. It may not pay this much. It may not whatever. But at the end of the day, there's only one Gerald, you know? And with that man, at my job, there's an older lady, don't know her age, and she needs to retire.
Mhm.
And it got to the point where I'm just like, so this one child, let's call him K, right?
Mhm.
He'll come up to me and he'll hug me, right? And I'm a big girl. I'm a little squishy, wishy little thing, okay? So I'm sure the fact that his head can rest on my breast does help me getting hugs every day, all day. And she's like, get away from her. And I'm like, what the fudge? You know? But she also gave them 30 years of her life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
according
Exactly.
to her, they messed up on something with paperwork, and she's supposed to be retiring next month. And I'm just like, chick, it's time for you to flip and go. You need to go. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, I'm older than you, you know, but
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't cut my check, so I'm going to cuss you the fudge out.
Yeah.
I curse a lot, by the way. So it's nothing for me to cuss this white woman out. And I say white woman because I swear to God, she's racist. I swear to God. Like, some things she be saying, I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker's a racist little bitch. You know? So, like, with the 70-year-old, I don't know how I feel about that. Him with the phone and whatever, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. But I also feel like if I am your boss, you know, if it was a white man telling that man to go on the phone, would it be looked upon the way it was looked upon when it was a black bitch doing it? If it was a white man who was 28 years old that told you whatever tone, whatever, blah, 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 would you be like, would you have took him to the side? You know what I mean? Like, I've worked for, well, how many white people have I worked for? A lot. Okay, I used to nanny, so it was like a lot. And I remember getting into arguments with him because I'm just like, you ain't going to talk to me any fucking way you want to. And for me, it was more the color I was talking to than the person.
But the crazy part is the white people that I've worked for, and I've worked for a few of them too, they've all treated me with respect and love. Like, okay, blah, 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 blah. But it's just like our people, it's like we have something to fucking prove. So we treat each other like shit. And that's not, like, if anything, we should be looking out for each other. Because if you look at, you know, certain cultures and certain, you know, certain Spanish people, they look out for each other. The Asians, you go to a job, the fucking Asians, they all looking out for each other.
You're right.
The Russians,
You're right.
they all looking out for each other.
You're right.
The Indians, they looking out for each other. But our people, I'll get a high position, I'm going to treat you like shit because it makes me look good to treat my people like shit. And that's not how it should be. And
Well,
it's fucked up.
if we go back to master days and
Yes, exactly.
Django
Field nigga,
Unchained
house
days,
nigga. Yep.
right? You know, it's, well, let's do this because this makes me look at what's his name? Not Tim Scott because he's Florida. The black guy.
Which one? From
Shit.
Jersey?
No, the only black Republican senator.
Oh, you talking about oh my gosh.
Him.
Yeah, I know you're talking
So
about.
if you look at
From
him,
South Carolina.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at him and the way he acts and whatever, he is what I would call a house nigger.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course.
mean? But, like, I feel like us black people, I do agree with you with this, and I'm Jamaican, so it's even, I feel like it's even double, triple worse. But I feel like us black people, we can't help each other out. You know what I mean?
It's not that we can't. We don't want to because
Well,
I don't
yeah.
want to. I don't want to see you do better than me.
Correct.
That's what
you
it
know?
is.
And I look at it, I don't know, I'm a weird breed, you know? And I just feel like if I could help anybody, I will.
That's how it
You
is.
know? Like, I went to the post office one time. This is so funny to me. And I had to tape up the box. But at one point, I could have sworn to God the post office gave you free tape.
They used to back in the day.
Okay, so I'm old. All right. Anyway, and I went to go get the free tape, and they're like, no, you got to pay for it. And I was like, yo, really? Really? I got to pay for it? So there was this lady there, black lady. Again, Hell's Gates is my post office. It's like
Okay.
110 and like Lexington.
Okay.
And it's heart of like PJ Central. Okay?
Yeah, I know. I know where it's at.
So he, I walk up to her, I was like, hey, and by the way, I could do a really nice white woman voice if I have to. So I was like, hey, can I please get some of your tape, you know? Like, I totally whatever. She's like, no, I bought it. Why you don't go buy yours? I was like, what the fuck? It's not like I didn't have the money. It was more the inconvenience for me. So I went back online, bought the tape, And in front of her, I was like, here you go, ma'am, just in case somebody else needs it, because, these things do happen. And I walked out because I'm a little bit like, and I'm
Just
just like,
tape, exactly.
ew!
It's just fucking tape. Like, come on.
But I don't know. I like Haitians, and I love the way Haitians are with each other. And
Now,
Africans.
since you said that, the same lady I'm talking about at my job, she's
No.
fucking Haitian.
No.
And let me kid you, and I'm gonna tell you this. Bust this. She hates using her culture, and she hates speaking her language. I have a
That's self-hate. That's self-hate
exactly.
right there.
I have
That
a couple
shit-
of
I'm sorry.
I have a couple of other Haitians that work at my job, and we're all cool. So when she first got there, some of the Haitian workers were sitting there. We were trying to figure out what she was. Not really what she was, but we just trying to figure out who she was. So one of my Haitian coworkers, she was talking Creole to one of the Haitian supervisors. So the Haitian supervisor was like, no, don't be quiet, don't talk too loud. And she was like, why? She was like, because she's Haitian. She's like, no, she's not. So she kind of heard the conversation a little bit. Now, mind you, we get customers, like when the Haitian workers are not there, we need someone to translate. So we'll get customers that speak Creole. Mind you, she will not. You have to go to her and ask her, and she will not. She will make us call the language line because she will not speak Creole. But yet, let a fucking person come there that speaks Spanish. She will run over there real quick and try to speak broken Spanish to them. Shit is crazy.
Oh, wow.
Shit
okay.
is crazy. I'm telling you, shit is crazy.
No,
So, like you said, it has to be
that
self-hate.
is funny to me.
Because I know Haitians stick together. Like, I know they stick together.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying.
Not
She's
even
a...
stick together. Like the lady who got me nominated, she was Haitian. Like she's from Haiti.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And
This,
her
and it's like she was
husband and
born
I
in
are
Haiti and she
friends
had a
now.
wife. I mean, sorry, she was born in Haiti and she got married in Haiti. So, like, but again,
Wow.
yeah,
She Haitian.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
like her husband was like always like, oh my God, my wife would love to nominate you, whatever, whatever, whatever. Like for years he was like, Toya, you need to blah, 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 blah. When I met her, I'm like, oh my God, this woman is so nice. And she's like, no, I will help anyone as much as I can. And I'm like, okay, because I'm like, I've seen my own family try to stand on my fucking neck just to get a step ahead, So it's like for this woman to be like, and she was serious, like she's like, oh my God, anytime you need me, call me. Like I'm like, okay. So when I got in, I was like, well, let me check this theory, because people always want to help, say they're gonna help until it's time to help. That's what I find it. So I called and she was like, hey, and she really helped me. I was like, all right, I could fuck with you. I could really fuck with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I look at black women and I'm just like, okay.
It just frustrates me though, because it's like, we here to help, and I just want to be on the team. Let's do this shit together. But for you to just,
Right.
to want to stab your own people in the back to think that you getting ahead, and like I said, I work for the state, so anybody's fucking replaceable. You just, right now, you just a person taking up
Right.
space. Something
Yeah.
happens to you, they just gonna throw your fucking name off the locker, and they gonna replace somebody with your name, in your locker and your desk.
Change your
But-
lock code.
Exactly, that's it. But I don't know. But it's getting late. It's 11:45. Toy, I appreciate the convo, man. That was what's up. Easy.
Yeah.
You alright?
I was about to say that.
He looked like he was smoking the good stuff.
Yeah, he does. He looked like he was asleep.
I'm good.
Hey, go smoke a stogie, bro. Hunter sleep?
Hunter is not sleeping.
Nah, don't do that around the
Oh.
kid.
Alright, he
No,
be
he's
sleeping
still
10
like,
minutes.
He's fighting sleep. He's staying
Alright.
as long as I
It was a
stay.
great episode, Toya. I appreciate you again.
Yeah, he will.
Anytime. See
Easy.
you guys next week.
Love you, bro. I'll holler at you later.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, we'll be back next
My
week.
nizzle, no doubt. Y'all have a good night.
Shizzle,
Be
my
easy.
nizzle.
Alright. Good night, everybody. Peace.
All right, we got everybody.